In this lecture, I will be sharing an overview of the higher order function map and a brief demo on how to use it in Python. So just a recap, um, a higher order function is a function that does at least one of the following. First, it takes one or more functions as arguments or returns a function as its result. So again, a higher order function, it is a function that takes one or more functions as arguments, or it can also return another function as its result. Um, it might be new to you. This might be new to you because usually we are accustomed to functions only taking up values as input or arguments. But this time, as we will see later, a function can also take up another function as an argument. So one example of these is the map higher order function. So the map higher order function operates on arrays or lists or collections. So it applies an input argument, which is a function to each item in the collection. So just a simple note, the implementation may vary for each programming language. Okay, so balik ko na to. The map higher order function um, takes in a function as an argument and applies that function to each item in an array or a list or a collection. So here's an example pseudocode. Let's just say that we want to multiply an array of numbers by 2. So here we have an array of numbers. We have 5 items in this array. The items are 13, 22, 2021, 16, and 420. So again, our goal is to multiply each number in the array by 2. So we can start by creating a function. Okay, we can start by creating a function which takes a single number as an argument and multiplies that number by 2. So here I'm defining a function times 2, which has one argument, which is just a number, okay? Just a single number, not an array. And then next, we multiply that number by 2 and we return it. Now, we can then use the map function, okay? We can then use the map function uh, to apply the times 2 function to each item or to each member in the array numbers. So if we try to visualize it, ang mer siya ang mahitabo ingani. Gi times 2 ang 13, gi times 2 ang 22, gi times 2 ang 2021, gi times 2 ang 16, gi times 2 ang 420. Okay? And at the end of that, the result of numbers times 2, this variable, would be 26, 44, 4042, 32, and 840. Okay. I'll show another example through Python. Sir, I hope this is clear. So our goal, okay, our goal is to apply a 12% interest to the debt of each person. As you can see here, we have 5 people. Okay, we have five people. We have Alice, Bob, Carol, Dan, and Aaron. The debt of Alice is 100. The debt of Bob is 75. The debt of Carol is 125. The debt of Dan is 50. And the debt of Erin is 200. So again, our goal is to apply 12% interest, okay, to the debt of each person. So we can start off by defining a function. Okay, define a function at the top. That's apply interest. One interest. Okay. Then it takes one person, okay, just a single person as an argument. And then what we try to return is another is it's the same instance of the same instance of the person. However, the debt is updated. So we can return an object or a dictionary. The name is just the same. It's person sub subname. However, the debt, as we all know, should be increased by 12%. So we multiply the debt of the person by 1.12. Okay. So again, this would apply the interest of 1.12 to a single person. Okay. Then we'll try to map. Let's try to map apply interest to people. Okay. Let's try to name this people with interest. Then, so actually, the result of this would be a map object. So we have to convert it back to a list. So I would paste it in this. Then you just print. Okay. So we should expect that the interest should increase by 12% for each person. So let's try to run it. Okay. So as you can see here, the debt of Alice from 100 it changed to 112. The debt of Bob from 75 it became 84. Debt of Carol from 125 it became 140. The debt of Dan from 50 it became 56, and then the debt of Erin from 200 it became 224. Okay, so that's just a simple example of using the map function. So you might be accustomed to using loops like for loop, while loop, do while loop. It is actually discouraged when we are doing functional programming. So as much as possible, you use higher order functions in order to um, if you want to apply certain operations on each item of a list instead of using loops. Okay, that's it for the introduction to the map higher order function.